Hello and welcome to the Sound Room here at U.S. Music Corporation. My name is Doug Reynolds. I'm the Randall Division Manager. Today we're going to be training you on the exciting new modular tube system that we call the MTS series. The reason I say modular is because we have 13 interchangeable tube preamp modules. Now these modules are based on the original circuits like Fender, Marshall, Mesa, Vox, and several of our own, and can be loaded in any combination. Basically to load them, you see you have two rack rails here. You basically lay the module on the two rack rails, push in with the center knob, tighten the two thumb screws. Once tightened snugly into place, you're ready to go in about 3 or 4 seconds once the preamp tubes warm up. Now the way these switch is via MIDI. This is the RF4 foot controller that is an option to the RM4. And basically you have channel 1, 2, 3, and 4, and can be switched in basically any combination you like. Now, accompanying the RM4 today is the RT250 MIDI switching tube power amp. I'm going to show you here in a minute why this is the ultimate recording tool. This is an all-tube unit. It's extremely versatile. You can get basically any sound of preamp, power amp tubes in any combination you like. Both talk to each other via MIDI, so you can program your different modules with different power tubes, and I'll show you how. Channel 1 here in the RT250 is 6 L6s. Channel 2 is the L34s. Currently, I have a black-face Fender Twin in Channel 1, a Marshall Plexi in Channel 2, a Mesa Dual Rectifier in Channel 3, and our original Ultra Lead in Channel 4. Now, I have my black-face Fender Twin, obviously, with my 6L6s in Channel 1. If I switch to Channel 2, you'll notice that I have my Marshall Plexi, now with my EL34s. Extreme versatility in one amp. Never been able to do that before. I'll switch back to my black-face twin. Say I want my black-face twin with also EL34s. I'll press and hold. Now I'll go to my Plexi, still EL34s, come back to my Fender Twin. Now it has EL34s. So extreme versatility. Any combination you like, you can load 1 through 4 of any of the 13 preamp modules. Let me talk about a little bit about the features of the RM4. On the right side here in your master section, you have an effects knob. This is basically your wet and dry effects level for your parallel effects loop. All of the MTS amps have 2 effects loops on the back. They have a series loop and a parallel loop. Both are specialized, and we'll get into those later on the rear panel. But this wet and dry control controls anything plugged in through your parallel effects loop. Down below is your master volume. This is your master volume to all your preamp modules. Each preamp has the same controls on the front. We start with gain, bass, middle, treble, and level controls. And they also have a bright switch depending on the presence level of the original circuits. Basically what you do is you set each module to about the same level, so when you switch between them, one's not drastically louder or quieter than the other. Once you get a nice balance of the modules, then you use the master level to turn up the overall volume level. Works out very nice. Especially when you turn up the master level, you want to open up the preamp nicely. So you're in most typical setups, you would have the master level at 1 or 2 o'clock and the preamp levels at 2 or 3, depending on the high gain or low gain of the module. On the RT250, you basically have the same type of controls where you have a volume control for each channel. Then you also have a presence and density EQ control on the power amplifier section. The presence is obviously a master sizzle, kind of a high-end presence control, and the density is a low-end control that will add more thump and low-end to your bottom end. This may look foreign to you. If you'll zoom in a little bit on this, this is the power tube bias section. This comes on every one of the modular tube amps, and we'll get into that more on the back of the RM100. But basically, this allows you to bias your own tube amp, change tubes in and out at any point, and do it as quickly and as effectively as any electronic technician could do. You're also accompanied by an on-off power switch, and then your stand and play-by mode. This is the ultimate in recording tool. To go to the website, listen to our sound clips. They're much better than any sound clips we could give on this little video camera. But you should be seeing this real soon. Any major studio that's out there, this will be. We feel this will be a standard here for years to come. We're going to move on now to the RM100. This is the brand new beast that just was released here early this spring. Just started shipping about 30 days ago. This is the RM100M, and the reason I say M is for metal grill. We also have one that has a vintage front, and the reason we have obviously 2 looks is because we have such a wide variety of tones. You have all the way from Fender all the way up to our own heavy metal Randall type module. So you need two different looks because you have two different customers. Also, the difference is the M model comes standard with Ruby EL34s. The vintage version comes standard with 6L6s. The Rubies we feel are a little better, a lot more consistent tube. The EL34s are a little better for high gain, we feel. And the 6L6s we feel are a little better classic because they have a nice high-end chime to them. Now basically in channel 1 here, as you see, this head is basically set up with all of the amenities that the preamp and power amp have. This is also a MIDI switching tube head. In channel 1, I have a black-face Fender Twin. Channel 2, I have a Marshall Plexi. Channel 3, I have a Mesa Dual Rectifier. Now, where can you find that extreme versatility in one power, in one tube amplifier? You cannot. Everybody, probably 75% of the population would love to have that set up. Also, here's the master section on the RM100, very similar to what the RM4 and RT250 give you. You also have a power section EQ, master presence, master density. You have your parallel loop, effects, wet and dry control, and then you also have your master control as well, and that works the same way as on the preamp. Set your modules about the same level, or get them a nice balance when you switch between the three, and then use your master control to turn it up and down. One thing I should point out when setting it up, the master control is an audio pot, which is not really standard on a tube amp. An audio pot means it's a gradual taper, so it can be turned up all the way, and you can turn it up all the way till 2 or 3 o'clock, and before the power section really starts to distort. So it won't be uncommon to run your master at 1 or 2 o'clock and run your preamp modules a little lower. So any questions, please refer to our website. We do have sound clips up and a lot more information. So we're going to move on to the back panel now and show you the equally impressive rear side of the modular tube amps.